If you're familiar with Supcase, you already know that the UB Pro is one of the most drop-resistant cases on the market, and there's a lot of value here. Inside the box, you'll find a case and belt holder, as well as some foam inserts to keep it safe in transit. There's an instruction booklet inside as well, but I would highly recommend watching the video tutorial before installing it yourself. The case has two parts: a rigid frame that snaps onto your Pixel 8a and a thicker case that snaps onto the frame. If you're used to popping a case on and off throughout the day, you won't be able to do that with the UB Pro. It's pretty difficult to pry the two elements apart, and if you have short fingernails like me, you'll need a tool to do so. The frame has a built-in screen protector, but it's a simple film, not tempered glass. In other words, it will protect from scratches, but your screen can still shatter from serious drops. The screen protector has a small circle where the fingerprint scanner is, and I was happy to see that it still scanned quickly and accurately. However, the circle is always visible, and the entire screen protector tends to pick up smudges pretty quickly. I also didn't realize that only the fingerprint area was adhesive, so I ended up with a bubble underneath it. Running your finger across the screen, there's a pretty noticeable difference in thickness in that area too. The frame wraps around the front of the phone, which means it won't slip off easily. The large bezels of the Pixel 8a make this possible, and swipe gestures still work very well thanks to the smooth, shallow slope on the frame. The other part of this case is a hybrid build that feels very solid in hand, although it does add significant bulk and weight to the device. The sides have a grippy texture, and the corners have super thick bumpers. The bottom right corner also has lanyard holes, which I was happy to see because many other cases don't include them nowadays. The buttons on the sides are raised and easy to find, with a nice click action to them. The bottom of the case has a port cover to keep dust and debris out of your charging port. The back of the case has a sliding kickstand with a pretty low profile. It's a bit stiff, but it snaps into place so your phone can stand in both horizontal and vertical positions. It's very sturdy though, so you won't have to worry about your phone wobbling or falling down. The area around the camera bar has a raised edge, so you won't see any of the design of the phone for better or worse. A tiny bit of the color shows through, but that's about it. I appreciated that the aesthetics of the case are fairly understated, because most other rugged cases look a bit too extreme in my opinion. However, it's only available in black. The belt holster included in the box is very rigid and sturdy, with a clip that rotates 360 degrees. The phone stays securely in place with a latch to pull it free. The Pixel 8a with the UB Pro installed is pretty thick, so I understand why the holster is a more comfortable way to store it than a pocket, but it's not the most elegant look. At the end of the day, this is one of the best rugged cases you can buy for the Pixel 8a, and it's remarkably affordable too. At $25, it's a great value when compared to other rugged cases like the OtterBox Commuter. Learn more at the link in the description below.